Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. نحمده ونستغفره ونتوب إليه وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبد الله ورسوله صلى الله وسلم عليه وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين آمين. أما بعد، عنوان خطبتنا لهذا الجمعة هذا اليوم هو أنه لا يضركم من ضل إذا اهتديتم. The place of commendation is always due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I testify that there is no deity deserving worship except Almighty Allah alone, for He has no partner. Just as I testify that our Master Muhammad, His son, is not son of Allah, but rather servant of Allah and messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Almighty Allah bestow much of His benediction and peace upon him, his household and companions all together. Amen. My Muslim brothers and sisters, I call upon you to fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the secret and open. The Almighty says in Surah Al-Ma'idah, Quran chapter 5, in verse 105 of it, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, all you who have believed in the message, alaykum anfusakum, take care of yourselves. La yadurrukum man dalla idha ihtadaytum. You will never be harmed. No harm shall come to you from those who are in error, idha ihtadaytum, on the condition that you are on your own, upright. If you follow the right thing to be done, ila Allahi marji'ukum, the return of all of you shall be to Allah. فَيُنَبِّئُكُمْ بِمَا كُنْتُمْ تَعْمَلُونَ. By then, He will inform you about what you have been doing. Because of this verse, we have therefore decided to let the title of our Jum'ah to be that those in error cannot hurt you if you are right. Imam Ibn Kathir in his tafsir says, while explaining this Quranic verse, what can be summarized that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands a servant to redress themselves and to always do good with every conceivable power they have. He therefore informed them that anyone that reveals himself, those who are already corrupt, will never be able to harm him with their wickedness. Therefore, O servants of Allah, that verse is urging you and I to adhere to righteousness and to follow the Sharia brought by Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in conducting our affairs, and that we should not be so reckless to the extent of following people blindly and trying to be on the same dictates of those who don't know what is right to be done. it is rather better for us to patiently bear the consequence of asking people to do the right and asking them to abstain from the wrong, even if we see ourselves as someone holding on to a life goal because of the problems people will be making on us. Almighty Allah is going to reward each and every one in according to what he is doing. If he has performed well, he will have good reward. If he has not performed well, the evil reward will be his own portion. Ibn Kathir says that verse is never an evidence for you and I abandoning what is right to be done or embarking on the wrong, in as much as we are able to exercise changes. Therefore, you people of this era should not understand from that Quranic verse that you are not saddled with the act of advising each other. You should not understand from that Quranic verse that Allah will only ask you about your own selves, that you are to only endeavor to rebuild yourselves without bothering yourselves with people around you. You have seen in your country with your very eyes that those youth that their parents neglected good orientation for them are now rocking the establishments made by their parents. They are depriving them of sleep. Therefore, not advising a person doing the wrong when you is the cause of what we all encounter today of the general punishment as being the result of the neglect of the duty towards them. You see, nobody should ever stick to his own opinion, because if your opinion is wrong, it means that you are inviting others to do the wrong. We are to remember how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala corrected the Jews when they asked their prophet to appoint a king for them, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala selected Talut to be their king, and they objected to it because of their selfishness, while they should be ready to make a good person their leader. My Muslim brothers and sisters, it is impossible that this ummah of Muslims can ever agree on any error that will turn their hearts into another thing, scattered here and there with vain desires. I say this, hoping that with this hinting at what you are to do in adjusting and making changes in the society is enough for you, because you are intellectually a people of good understanding, and a signal is always enough for a people of intellect. May Almighty Allah enable you and I to adjust where adjustment is necessary. الحمد لله وحده والصلاة والسلام على من لا نبي بعده. My Muslim brothers and sisters, let us continue to abide by the rules of law. Let us comply with what Almighty Allah enjoined on us to do or to undo. It has been reported in an hadith on the authority of Qais ibn Abi Hazim radiyallahu ta'ala anhu that one day Abu Bakr Siddiq rose up to address them, and so after praising Allah much, he now said, "Ya ayyuhan nas, all you people, innakum taqra'una hadhihi al-ayah." You always read that Quranic verse. That is the same verse that I rehearsed upon you. Verse 105 from Surah Al-Ma'idah, Quran chapter 5. Abu Bakr says, وَإِنَّا سَمِعْنَا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ يَقُولُ. We heard Allah's messenger say, إِنَّ النَّاسَ إِذَا رَأَوُا الْمُنكَرَ لَا يُغَيِّرُونَهُ. Whenever people are not ready to change an acknowledged behavior they see in their society, أَوْشَكَ أَنْ يَؤُمَّهُمُ اللَّهُ بِعِقَابِهِ. Allah will be quick at extending his punishment to all and sundry without exception. This hadith has been authenticated by Sheikh Albani in his work Sahih Ibn Majah, hadith number 3252. Therefore, I enjoin on myself and on you to make sure that we change whatever we are able to dissolve of objectionable practices that we are doing in the ceremonies of our nikah, the ceremonies of our akikah, the naming of newborn babies, as well as our funeral services. By doing so, we will be rightly guided. Let's forget to say sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. May Almighty Allah continue to shower his blessings upon the Prophet, his household and companions all together. Allahumma a'inna ala tawbatin nasuh. A'inna ala dhikrika wa shukrika wa husni ibadatik ya arhamar rahimin. Remember, every Jummah say like this, we remind you what Almighty Allah says in Surah Al-Nahl, Quran chapter 16, in verse 90 of it, Inna Allah ya'amuru bil 'adli wal ihsan, that Allah commands justice and doing good, wa ita'i qurba, and the assistance of the relatives, wa yanha 'anil fahsha'i wal munkar. In the same manner that He Almighty prohibits the obscene behavior and the unacknowledged conduct, while bagay, transgression against the rights of other people. يَعِيدُكُمْ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَذَكَّرُونَ. When Almighty Allah admonishes you this way, He does not admonish you to benefit from such admonition, but rather to make you the beneficiaries. May Almighty Allah enable you and I to adjust where adjustment is needed. Fala hawla wala quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. Rise up, let us observe our human prayer.